Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for your support, your beautiful comments and everything else you do to support the channel. If you're interested in personal readings, life coaching, doing classes with me, I have one position left in the tarot class. If you're interested in learning tarot, it's a 3-hour class. We're going to start a beginner and go through the basics of tarot and work through to a bit of your intuition and do some readings. So it's sort of a little bit beginners, a little bit going into intermediate. So if you are interested in doing that, just let me know, email me. Australia time 9 till 12 on the 17th of April. So just make sure it fits in with you. I do have a few people from the US joining us, so I think it's Friday night for you if you're in the States. All right, let's see what's going. We're going to use the Tarot Moocher for your reading this morning. Still feeling that strange sense of something about to happen here. And I see this strange sense of big organisations and governments shifting at the moment in all sorts of ways. I feel like it's got something to do with losing control. I don't know. I probably should get into the energy a little bit more and make some predictions, but it's not really my thing. All right. Let's see where we're going this morning. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords coming straight out. Now, this is a card that represents Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The Queen of Swords as an energy is someone who's articulate, maybe sharp-witted. Whoever this person is can be a little dry. They may be very intellectual, spend a lot of time in their own heads. There's some sort of disruption with this person at the moment. I can feel some sort of unease here. Let's see where this is going. Okay. It's possible you could have a decision to make at the moment, and the decision could be very difficult. The decision that comes across with the Two of Swords is one that is very difficult to make a choice on because you don't have all the information here with the Moon. And there is a feeling that you don't want to make the decision, you'd rather not make the decision. You're denying that there's a decision to be made, or you're holding back because you don't want to hurt anybody. The swords represent spoken words, thinking, concepts, intellect. So you may be finding it hard to make a decision because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. But the universe is saying you've got to get into this energy here of the Queen of Swords to make the decision. It could be in regards to a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio person or someone who has those attributes. I've been finding a lot more in the cards lately that it's very much more fluid around the signs than what I feel. It's like the signs are starting to sort of meld into one another a lot more now. Whoever this person is, I feel that they may have a lot of water in their chart, but they may be a person who's quite watery, so someone who's very emotional or leads with emotion. The King of Cups can sometimes be a little colder though, because he's a little bit more sort of in control of his emotions, not like the Queen of Cups who's overly emotional or very much in touch with her emotions. The King is much more in control, so he's still emotional. We can see that because he has water all around him, but he doesn't actually immerse himself in the water in this deck. So someone who's very emotional, but maybe a little cut off from their emotions here. And I feel like you're making a decision to walk away from this person. I don't feel whoever this is that we're talking about here is meeting your emotional needs, because there's a walking away here. Yeah, you're not taking the cup. All right, so that makes a whole lot of sense. So there's some anxiety around this. Okay, all right, so you're coming up as the Queen of Cups. It's funny because that feels like that decision of, you know, do it with love. Do it with love. I feel that you're dealing with someone that you may have a very close connection with. You may have a very good basis here, but you're dealing with someone who's not emotionally available. They might be sort of taking on that energy with that King of Cups coming up. So you may be feeling like they maybe present to you in all the ways they need to, but something is just missing here with the Eight of Cups. You just know something is missing and it's time to move on. So let's have a look what's going on. All right, so we have the Page of Cups. So somebody here is making an offer. The Page of Cups can represent the sign of Pisces. It's one of the cards I can always remember. Maybe because it's the goldfish in the cup. I remember joking about that a lot when I first got on board, because it always makes me laugh that he's got a fish in a cup. But somebody was making an offer, or is making an offer here, of love. But it doesn't seem to me to be enough. This seems to be a little bit of a, maybe breadcrumbing. It doesn't feel like that though. It feels more like the offer that you're getting is from someone who's not mature enough to open up. Okay. Let's keep going. There's the Lovers card coming through here. Nine of Swords and Seven of Wands. This could be somebody you know. It could be a romantic interest. It could certainly be that you're having dealings with a very young child or a very young person who is not emotionally able to give you what you need here. There's very much this energy of having some anxiety and worry here. So maybe this is something that's becoming a little bit or taxing on you or worrying you a little bit. Maybe you have to close something down here. There seems to be a bit of resistance here, that's all, with the Seven of Wands. So it's almost like you don't want to close it down. So maybe for some of you, you really like this person, but you don't feel that they are right for you, or you really feel that you want to hang on to this, even though you're not getting what you want here. It's quite interesting energy. All right, let's keep going. We have the Eight of Wands coming through with the Ten of Cups and the Death card. Something's got to close out here. You're holding back something by not making a decision around something here. And I feel like something has to die off in order for you to get your Ten of Cups. There has to be something. It's moving to a new transitional level. Maybe this person's about to show you something new or something different here. Now, it could always be you too that we're talking about here. Maybe you're in a position where you're feeling like you're not getting your emotional needs met. Let's keep going. Nine of Swords coming through. Nine of Wands with the Seven of Cups. There is some sort of breaking through an illusion of something here, seeing something for what it actually is. Maybe something is happening in your life that you're seeing differently. Maybe you've been repeating some sort of pattern here with this Nine of Wands, and you're seeing through some sort of pattern that you've been doing. Some sort of energy of going over and over again here. Let me just draw another card and we'll go. Okay, so there's the Empress coming out. All right. I feel like I know what's going on now. I feel like you're working through your own energies here to see your own patterns. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords here. There's some sort of decision you need to make here about somebody who's coming up as a water sign. Whoever this person is here is teaching you something here because you're standing in your power here. So you're learning from this person. Now, it may not be a romantic interest. It could be a family member, a friend. There's some sort of decision you need to make around someone here who's not fulfilling you at an emotional level. Now, that doesn't always mean, see, you're not taking the cup here. Maybe you've been doing this before. Maybe you've always done it this way. There's some sort of realization here because you're stuck in the Eight of Swords energy, and the universe is saying to you here that you are a person who is full of love, who is made from love. This has to be done with love here. There's something that needs to be ended out, closed or finished, and you're prolonging it because you don't want to make a decision. Now, it seems to me whatever this decision is that's coming up here is actually really starting to create some stress for you here. Now, it may have taken you a little while to decide how to come to this conclusion, because with the Seven of Wands, it sort of talks about hanging on to something, being stubborn, not seeing things for what they are. And maybe somewhere here, you're understanding how to let a part of yourself fall away here that's not serving you. I feel here that you have in the past perhaps repeated this pattern, because there is some sort of energy here of something going round again in a couple of places. There is some sort of illusion you are breaking through in regards to your own personal power. You may be dealing with someone who's immature or not able to provide you with what you're looking for, and they may not be able to meet your emotional needs here. This is very, very interesting energy. And it's funny because I've seen this in the I've seen this in the universe at the moment. This is happening on a really big scale. I don't want to take you out of this reading to talk to you about it, but there is this scrambling of power from the higher forces that are realizing that the lower forces are gathering energy. Now, I'm seeing this in big organizations and at a much larger scale. There seems to be this energy of people trying to grasp for power. And I feel like somehow or another, and I'm not talking about the people who are just going against things, not the people who are just deliberately causing disruption for their own benefit. This is a movement away from things. And I feel like somehow or another the bigger organizations, people, governments are scrambling a little bit at the moment to take control. I feel like here you're starting to understand your personal power, but on the ground level here. So there's some sort of movement for people to understand their capacity, what they're capable of. And you're doing it with it. The universe is showing you through some sort of relationships that you're forming with people. There are some sort of relationships or things that you're forming with people that aren't right for you. But because you've done it for so long, you're accepting it here. You're accepting it as being the norm, but you've changed. You've grown. You can see it. It's just that you're still questioning it rather than using your intuition. Something has to change here in regards to somebody here. And I've shuffled those for ages and I've still got the same cards out. There is very much this energy of not being happy with something, being resistant, fighting against something that's not right for you, and still going through the same patterns of behavior that you've done before. So ask yourself, are you doing things the same way as you've always done them? Or are you learning to do things in a very different way? Because there's some sort of energy here of patterning, of cycling. It's really interesting. Sometimes you can shuffle the cards to your heart's content and you will still get the same cards coming through. The intuition card is there now. All right, let's just start again. Okay, so you're finishing out some sort of cycle here. There's a new start coming through for you here. And here's the decision again. Wow. And I've just shuffled them really well. Okay, this is a really important decision for you to make. Something here is depending on you making a decision and moving away from something, or the universe is going to send some sort of tower in. Something you have to make a decision on, something you're doing in your life where you're repeating patterns and you need to let go. Very, very straightforward. There is something inside of you here waiting to come forward, but it's like you're sitting comfortably in the energies that you have here and you're not listening to your own intuition. That was very clear. All right, let's see what's going on with the oracle cards. I can't believe I did that 3 times and still got the same cards. And I shuffled quite well in between too. So that's really interesting. That's the card that's coming out for you here. And we do have it coming out in reverse. The Dream Walker. Oh my goodness, the collective good and illusions. Holy dooly, how do they do this? 8. When the dream walker is your ally, dreams really can and do come true. Still, there are two kinds, those of the small self and those of the divine. Spirit has a dream for you that is yours alone, and all you need to do is ask and it will unfold like magic. You also play an important and unique part in the divine dreaming of the world. When you ask, is this a dream for me that serves the greater dream? The most beautiful visions for your life serves the highest good for others too. Just the act of asking will immediately provide the answer. The dream walker is beside you to help you move effortlessly through the illusions, observing the truth and celebrating the waking dream of your life that results. I'm just going to read the challenger here because the card did look like it came out upside down. So I'm going to read the challenger as well. The dream walker challenges you to wake up from your restless sleep in which you're not dreaming at all. This is the time to remind yourself of your passions and the aspirations you may have left behind. Perhaps you should reconsider and allow yourself your precious dreams again. Don't give up on them. There is always a way they can return to you as long as you don't try to dictate the forms they take. Another way the dream walker challenges you is when you're in the middle of a nightmare brought on by you or others. Wake up and don't struggle, for she reminds you that the divine will lead you out of the bad dream and into a much better one. This too shall pass. Be mindful that you have a unique and special purpose. You're always actively influencing your reality through your thoughts and reactions to life's challenges. Have an amazing day. Thank you.